All right, coming in at number 60 on our 2024 NHL draft rankings, we're going out to Cape Breton, where we find Eagles defenseman Tomas Lavoie.
Yes, Tomas Lavoie is a very interesting player, Ross. And look, we talked about one right shot defenseman, then we talked about another defenseman. Why not keep the train going? Tomas Lavoie is a right shot defenseman as well. Lavoie, sorry, that's my English kicking in there.
Well, we got Max Lajoie back in the day, so this should be tip of your tongue.
Okay, Lavoie, Tomas Lavoie.
It was always funny when it was like Dallas Stars, not to shout out their broadcast, but whoever it was, and they're just like LaJoey, and you're like, no, come on,
yeah.
that ain't it. But Max Lajoie, Tomas Lajoie. What I like about him,
not Lajoie,
Lavoie.
Lavoie.
This is off to a great start. What I do like about him, that's the irony here, is he's probably my favorite player that we've covered today. He's a guy who's only ranked once, and it's Bob McKenzie. But I was like, man, this guy's pedigree, I need to do some digging into the first overall pick from the 2022 QMJHL draft. Why is he not on more people's radars? Now, he is an honorable mention for both elite prospects and for Scott Wheeler, but this guy's 6'4", 215 pounds, right shot. I mean, what more do you want out of a if you could like put it in a lab, a defenseman? I mean, that's probably the height, weight, handedness that you're shooting.
Yeah, I'm just as confused as you, Ross. Maybe people have a hard time pronouncing his name and they just say, forget it. But Lavoie is worth taking a look at and worth going through saying his name, which isn't even that difficult. We'll move on from that. My bad.
He's probably like Pillar?
Pile?
Peelsy?
But let's get to his play on the ice. 65 games, 3 goals, 21 assists, like you mentioned, with the Cape Breton Eagles. And again, I'm going to look at the improvement from the rookie season here to sophomore. 8 more points, not a huge deal. Nice little uptick. That's what you want to see. But I'm looking anytime plus minus is egregious stats. You have to note it. Ross, in his rookie season, he was a minus 39. Jacob Chikrin couldn't even get to those cold temperatures. A minus 39, and then in his sophomore season, a plus 4. That is a huge swing. That shows you the maturity changed from this kid from after one season. And Wheeler says he moves the puck efficiently and plays a trusted style. So you start checking all these boxes here. Right shot defenseman, 6'4", 225 pounds. First overall pick of the Q draft, moves the puck efficiently and plays a trusted style. Like, this guy has a lot of really good attributes going for him.
I know. It almost feels like online dating. It's like, what's the catch? It's like, this person seems so good. What's the catch? Is it that he only put up 24 points in what's known as a very offensive driven league? Maybe the fact that year over year, it's not that much of an improvement over the 16 points he had last year in only 59 games. I'm just trying to figure out why he's not higher on lists. Because for me, out of everyone we've covered so far, and obviously we're doing a countdown, he's the top guy. And I mean, it's not outrageous to say because he's also the highest that we have ranked. But I can't say the same for other people who have just came up. My second guy right now is Will Skahan. Like, that's 1-2 right now because I can project Skahan professionally. Whereas Lavoie, for me, it's the unknown. It's like, I'm so intrigued by this guy. I need to see more of him. So he's a guy, look, you're going to hear a lot of his name, I think, after the NHL scouting combine, because this guy at his height and ability and pro frame, he should be dominating that scouting combine. And I think if he comes in first in a bunch of drills or top 3 across the board, you could see this guy vault up the public sphere, because Bob having him at 52, like, this is Tyler Kleven all over again, where I don't mean that stylistically. I think that Lavoie has a bit more poise with the puck, Kleven a lot more physical at their prospect age, but where Bob McKenzie, who speaks with NHL scouts, has him in the second round, and nobody else was giving him the time of day. That's the type of defenseman we're going to see here, and I think there's going to be a team that falls in love with Lavoie's potential and is going to take him in the second round. I see him going mid to late second round.
Ross, as it pertains to my Sens stars, I got 4 out of 5 stars here for Lavoie. I'm interested in Lavoie. I think we're seeing a player. I think he is going to dominate next year in the queue. I think he's going to be among the conversation of top 5 defensemen in the queue next season. Like, he's already an assistant captain. I think he's going to continue taking on a leadership role here. And we know the Cape Breton Eagles are a great spot to develop. We've had lots of their kind of influence on this show. So I would take a chance on him with the Senators' second round pick. Like, that's how high I am on him.
Yeah, I would. That would be awesome to see. I'm very excited to see what the offense looks like next year, because that's the biggest question mark to me. It's like, where's the disconnect between how he's playing the game and why the production is not higher for Cape Breton? So we will see next year, but Tomas Lavoie comes in at number 60 on our 2024 NHL draft rankings. For more, go check us out on YouTube, Locked on Senators.